So we're going to look at question 9. So this one is about suspense account as well. So it says when Janet Spencer prepared her business trial balance on 31st October, the total failed to agree. Failed to agree means that there is something that the trial balance has detected. The total of the debit column was 178,440, whereas the total on the credit column is 176,970. So here you can see that the debit side is actually more than the credit side. So we're going to take 178,440 minus 176,970 to find the difference. You will find a difference of 1,470. So this is the difference that we can find. So difference in trial balance is 1,470. So this is the amount of difference that we have, which is the debit side more than the credit side. So this one will be on the credit side. So we're going to write whatever that's short. So this is the amount that we need to fix for the credit side. So the accounting record were checked and the following errors were discovered. So all these errors, if you can name them, if you can name the error, they will not be shown in the trial balance. It means that the trial balance cannot detect these error that has names. So error 1, error 2, and so on and so forth. But the first thing whenever you attempt an accounting question is to identify what the question wants. So they want us to identify whether or not each error would be revealed by the trial balance. So if there is a name, if you can name the error, then it will not be revealed by the trial balance. Okay, so these are the key concepts that you must remember. If you name them, for example, error of commission, error of principal, error of complete reversal, error of original entries, all these errors with names. These are what I call errors with names. If you can name them, it means that they will not be detected by the trial balance. Okay, because this one will cause both sides to balance. So that's a thing here. So prepare journal entries to correct the errors. Okay, that one we can do. Prepare the suspense account. So let's look at the first error. Sales return of 370 had been credited to the account of Joseph Wright instead of Joshua Wright. So here you can see already this is a common error called error of commission. So error of commission is when the names are written wrongly. So instead of Joshua, we write Joseph. So that is the problem here. But when we record it in our trial balance, it is still balanced because we did the debit and credit properly. So sales return is supposed to be credited in Joseph Wright, but we accidentally credited Joshua Wright. So there is a credit entry here, but wrong name. So this one will not be detected by the trial balance. Okay, so this one, error of commission, if we can name them, like I said, it is not detected by the trial balance. Error 2, the receipt of $830 from a credit customer, T. Patel, had been correctly entered in the cash book, but had not been posted to the account of the credit customer. So this is a one-sided account, means that you actually did one side, but you didn't do the other. So this one will be detected by the trial balance. Okay, because you only put on one side, it means that it is imbalanced. Your trial balance will not be balanced. Okay. Error 3, the total of general expenses analysis column in the petty cash book, $40 had not been posted in the nominal ledger. So you have written it in your petty cash book, but you didn't put it in your nominal ledger. Nominal ledger, which is the account for general expenses. So this one will also be detected. So all of these that will be detected by the trial balance will then go into an account called suspense account. We are going to suspend this 1,470 on one side so that we can correct the error to see if it balances it off. Okay, so let's look at error 4. A check for $780 in payment for supplier JK Sampson had been entered in the accounts as 870. So here, this is an error of original entry. Error of original entry whereby the number has been written wrongly. Yeah, in both accounts. So both in the bank account and in the JK Sampson account. So this is what we call error of original entry. Means the number is wrong. So both sides, we actually debited 870, also credited 870. So our error of original entry, whereby the number has been written wrongly on both sides. So there will be a balance still, but it's a wrong balance. Okay, so the trial balance will not be able to detect this because there's a name for it. Error number 5, the total of purchases return journal 680 had not been posted to the purchases return account. So here, only one-sided, so we're going to write this as will be detected by the trial balance. So we need to put this inside, so it means that we need to record it inside purchases return, and the other side will be suspense account. So payment by check for insurance 350 had been debited in the cash book and credited to the insurance account. So what happened here? We actually did an error of complete reversal, whereby we're supposed to debit but we credit, and we're supposed to credit but we debit. So error of complete reversal is whereby the numbers are correct, but we just put in on the wrong side of the accounts. Okay, so here is supposed to be credit cash book because it's a payment for insurance, credit cash book, and debit insurance. So one side we wrote wrongly, the other side we also wrote wrongly. So this will not be detected by the trial balance. So this is done already for question A. So done. So these are the things that this will not be detected, will be detected, will be detected, will not be detected, will not be detected. As long as you can name them. So you have to remember your name of your errors properly. Okay, so once we're done here, we're going to look at B, prepare journal entries to correct the error. So whichever that has a name, we're not going to put in the suspense account, because suspense account is only for errors that can be detected by the trial balance. So the first one, we still need to correct them, but it doesn't involve your suspense account. So since sales return has been credited to Joseph Wright, so I need to debit Joseph Wright to correct the error. So Joseph Wright, I will debit 370, and then Joshua Wright, I will credit 370 because this is where it actually belongs. Okay, so if I push it out a little bit, that is credit. So this is how you write it inside your journal. This will be your journal entry. Let's look at error number 2. Okay, this one is detected by the trial balance. So we need to use the suspense account. So correctly entered in cash book, but not posted in the credit customer. So a receipt from credit customer means that they pay us money. So we're supposed to debit our cash book and credit T Patel. So since we cannot credit T Patel here, we haven't credited T Patel, we're going to write suspense for the debit side. 830. T Patel, 830 to credit. Okay, next one. This one will also be detected by the trial balance because it's only one-sided. So since we made a payment for general expenses, it is credit $40 on petty cash. So we are supposed to debit general expenses, $40, credit suspense. Okay, next one. A check for 780 in payment for a supplier JK Sampson has been entered as $870. So this is an extra of $90 that we have recorded. So we need to remove the $90 from both our bank account and JK Sampson account. So in order to add back my amount in my bank, I need to debit my bank, which is bank. Since it's check, that's why it's in the bank account. So bank will be $90 debit, and then JK Sampson will be $90 on the credit side. So this is error of original entry. Error number 5, the total purchases written 680 had not been posted on the purchases written account. So if you remember, purchases account is always debit, purchases return account also is always credit side. So we need to debit our suspense, 680, credit our purchases return. And last one, error 6, a payment by check for insurance 350 had been debited in the cash book and credited in the insurance account. So for every error of complete reversal, we need to double it because we need to take out the error and then put in the correct amount. So for example, here, a payment for check insurance 350, I need to double it because I accidentally debited my cash book. I need to credit my cash book 350 and credit again 350 to make sure that it has been recorded, because the first entry will cancel off the error, the second entry will rectify the error. So I need to debit my insurance, 700, and I also need to credit my cash book, 700. I don't need to write it twice, okay? I don't need to write 350, 350 because the total is 700 here. So as you can see, there will be only a few errors that will affect the suspense account. So we'll try to do our suspense account here at the bottom for C. So let's try to open my suspense account. I'm going to open it this way. So as you can see, this is one of the part that sometimes you might make a mistake. So here will be the difference in trial balance. So we need to write 1470. Okay, not necessarily every time you can fix the error. Sometimes you'll miss out some, sometimes you get it right, sometimes you can just close it because it's not mentioned here that once we fix the error, the suspense account will balance. So here, let's look at it. The first one we don't need, so I'm just going to put a tick, this is done already. The second one we need to put into suspense account. So we need to put in which side of suspense account. It is actually said here already, suspense account on the debit side. So 830 should be here. What's the name? T Patel. Okay, next one we need to see suspense account on the credit side, general expenses. $40. The next one, this one is done, this is done, this is don't need to do. Now we need to do this. Debit side, 680, purchases return. $680. Then last one, don't need to do anything. So let's try to see if this works. I'm going to add them up together. So 1,470 at 40, I get 1510. The other side, I will get 1510 as well. Lucky. So if they are the same, what I need to do is I just need to draw 2 lines here, and that concludes the suspense account. So there's no dates here that we need to put in because the dates are not given to us. So this is it. Let me just draw a few lines here to complete my journal. So this is my general journal. The general journal, normally there's a date here. So this is just details, debit, credit. Sometimes there are narratives are needed, but for this question, it's not mentioned. So we don't really need to go into that. Details, debit side, credit side. So for every one of it, you should draw a line, but normally in your exams, they probably have given you the lines and everything all done for you. So you don't need to do this. But since you're doing it in your book, you're supposed to write it out this way. Okay, in your exams, probably you have a date column here. So sometimes they give you the date. So please make sure that you write down the date, year, month, everything else must be complete. So once you've done everything, double check. Okay, everything's done. Then you're good to go.